हेलो सैसी नारी, कैसे हैं आप लोग? थैंक यू फॉर ज्वाइनिंग मी टुडे। तो हम में से बहुत सारे लोग ऐसे होते हैं जो ये सोचते हैं कि एक सक्सेसफुल बिजनेस रन करना और साथ में अच्छा पेरेंट बन पाना ये इम्पॉसिबल है या फिर एटलीस्ट टफ है। तो टफ तो है बट ऐसा नहीं है कि हम ये नहीं कर सकते। और यही सारी बातें करने के लिए आज मेरे साथ हैं द ममम को की को फाउंडर फारा नथानी मेंजीज। सो ममम को हमें से बहुत सारे लोगों के बच्चों का फेवरेट स्नैक ब्रांड है। तो आज फारा से मैं ये बातें करने वाली हूँ कि उन्होंने एक कॉर्पोरेट एम्प्लॉय से बिजनेस ओनर का जो सफर है वो कैसे तय किया एंड हाउ शी बैलेंसेस हर बिजनेस, हर पेरेंटिंग एंड देन ऑब्वियसली शी हैज टू डू समथिंग फॉर हरसेल्फ। तो इस एपिसोड में आपको थोड़ा बिजनेस के बारे में पता चलेगा, थोड़ा पता चलेगा पेरेंटिंग के बारे में, और वेरी इंपॉर्टेंटली आपको ये पता चलेगा कि आप पर्सनली कैसे ग्रो हो सकते हैं, उसके लिए आपको क्या करना चाहिए। तो ये बहुत सारे एस्पेक्ट हैं, बहुत सारी चीजें हैं जिनके बारे में मैं आज बात करने वाली हूँ फारा से। तो विदाउट फर्दर अडू लेट्स स्टार्ट।
Hey there, welcome to Little Fixes, a podcast for the sassy, classy and a little choosy भारतीय नारी। This is Macri। मैं और मेरे गेस्ट शेयर करते हैं सिंपल प्रैक्टिकल आइडियाज जो आप इजीली फॉलो कर सकते हैं to get closer to the kind of life you want to live. We talk about career, self-care, social media tips, parenting, relationships and so much more to help you thrive. All of this is mixed with a lot of laughter. So my lovely friend, continue what you're doing and join me in this real talk. So today I have with me Farah Nathani Menzies, the co-founder of one of your kids' favorite brands, Mamam Co. Their melties, crunchies and all other kiddie snacks are super healthy and delicious. Idhaya loves them and even I like having them once in a while. So आज पता करेंगे इस yummy yummy brand की कहानी फारा की जुबानी. So Farah, I'm thrilled to welcome you on Little Fixes. How are you?
I'm very well and thank you for having me here.
It's a pleasure having you here. So Farah, जैसा मैंने बताया कि you are one of the co-founders of Mamam Co. The other co-founder is Shreya Lamba.
Yes.
So आप आज हमारे साथ हैं तो हम आपकी स्टोरी जानना चाहेंगे कि what all you used to do before Mamam Co happened. आपका background or maybe a little about your story before that.
Sure. Yeah, and there's always the background story to how the idea kaise aaya, right? So I've grown up in Bombay, and then I sort of left to go abroad to the US for college. Then I was living in the US and I was living in the UK. I did my MBA. And then moved to the UK and actually met my husband there, and he's a Britisher, so I'm married to a Firangi. And then I got pregnant with my first child, and at that time I used to work at Bain and Company as a management consultant for many years in our London and New York offices, and then I started working with Godrej Consumer Products internationally. So it was actually a very exciting role. I was based in London. But I was working for their foreign businesses in Latin America. But then obviously, getting pregnant and you can't travel. I used to take a 14-hour flight to Argentina. So sab band ho gaya. And I said, it's better to come back to India and be near my family. So I came with, I had a young baby here. I continued working with Godrej Consumer Products, who was very, very supportive while I was having my children, and I could take the whole 6-month maternity break and all of that. And I continued, so I was a vice president at Godrej Consumer, and then also worked in strategy and HR. So I led the diversity and inclusion initiative at Godrej for a long time before I started the Mamam Co. So I was very passionate about making sure that women were sort of encouraged to rise up through the ranks, and to try to bring more women representation on an equal footing in corporates. And anyways, that was all going good. So I worked at Bain & Company for almost 8 years, and then I worked at Godrej for 5 years. I had both my daughters, and was very supported, but always sort of working professionally, in corporate life. But ye keeda tha. I said, no, I want to do something entrepreneurial. And, so I'm one of the older entrepreneurs, right? I was in my late 30s when I started the Mamam Co. But because I had a sort of full corporate life already, had pretty, risen up, had my 2 children. But then I really saw it was very difficult to feed your child something that you trusted in India. Given that my in-laws were living abroad and we traveled with the kids, we see what was available out there. And he said, there's actually nothing here that's made with keeping a child in mind. Right. When children's body requirements in terms of nutrition, in terms of salt, in terms of sugar, in terms of oil is all very different from what a grown-up should be eating, right? So I met Shreya. I was actually very lucky, a common friend introduced us. And there I found someone who was as passionate, who had a child of the same age. My younger child at that time was 1.5. She's now 5.5. And, we sat down in our kitchen and we said, what can we do? Where is the pain point? for parents, you know, and one of them was definitely feeding them. So we actually quit our jobs. I quit Godrej, and Shreya quit A.T. Kearney, where she was a management consultant, and we said, "Chalo, let's do this." And now 3 years later, we've had the Mamam Co.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, yeah.
What a journey. And I believe कि आपका जो college था, that was Harvard, no less.
Yes. So actually, I did my undergrad right after the 12th. I went to the Wharton School, which is the University of Pennsylvania, the Wharton School, and I actually studied in Spanish. So I was very passionate about Spain, and that's why I went and studied in Argentina. And then after I working with Bain, I joined Harvard Business School for my MBA. So I did my MBA at Harvard Business School. Yes.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So, okay, so you did all this, आपका brand start किया आपने.
हाँ.
So, आपने बताया कि what was the thought behind starting the brand? Idea
Yes.
आया आपको, फिर आप श्रेया से मिले and you kind of decided कि हमें ये करना है.
हाँ.
Then comes the product development.
Yes.
और उसके बाद आता है कि because I believe you would have needed investors maybe.
Yeah.
So, getting people see your vision, pitch
Yep.
करना, इन सब के बारे में आई थिंक कि जो हम लोग जो रेगुलर वेमेन होते हैं हु आर इन अ कॉर्पोरेट सेटअप वी हैव नो आइडिया अबाउट दिस कि कैसे स्टार्ट करना है. तो हाउ डिड यू गो अबाउट इट?
Yeah. It's a good question, you know, and it's not easy, and it's not only, you know, it's sirf idea nahi hai, right? You can get an idea, lots of people have ideas.
Yes.
Then you also do product development, but to actually turn it into reality, and even after launch, mujhe yaad hai, you know, when I was about to launch, and it had taken everything, right? Means packaging, setting up the company, GST, you know, ye wo, all the taxes, you know, getting an accountant, all of that stuff, you know, the first year before launch. Look sab kar rahe the, and you know, I remember my brother told me, just wait till you actually launch. You think your life is mad now? Wait till you start having to sell. And I said, oh my God, he's absolutely right. You know, now 3 years after the launch, we realize that every day the challenges are different. So while ideation and product development एक छोटा part होता है इसका, you know, after that really executing it and making sure it keeps on growing is a super challenge. And of course आपने बोला, right, investors very important as well. Luckily, I think both Shreya and I had been to good, you know, business schools. We had good working experience. So even though we were, and I, you know, I don't want to say there is a bias. I don't like to believe there is a bias, but there's very few women out there who are pitching, right? So you go to a venture capitalist or you go to an angel network. Most of the guys who are watching you, who you are pitching to, are men. And very rarely do they have so, you know, especially 2 women founders. You might see one man and a woman or all male teams. But 2 women founders, you know, you get asked a lot of questions. But I think because we were already quite far into our careers and we both had MBAs, we had very strong networks. So that was very fortunate that whatever meeting we wanted, na, के साथ भी, at least the first meeting they gave you. Now after that it was your job to be able to sell, right? To sell or convert or whatever you needed. But at least the first meeting we were very fortunate that when I said I was a later stage entrepreneur, right? Later on in my life, I think if I did that at 20, 25, maybe they would not have taken me as seriously. You know, saying, you know, she's 25, you know, there is a bias, right? Is she going to go and get married and have kids? Right? Here I was already further along that journey, and I think already having that gravitas, no, that seriousness of being a vice president in corporate or being a management consultant gave you credibility. Okay, these people are serious about it, right? They quit their full-time jobs to do it.
Yes.
So that definitely helped.
Okay, so आपने investor से contact किया. So the first investor agreed immediately, or did you have to keep pitching to various people and before you landed your first investor?
So, you know, actually, when you're a startup, you will end up having to be pitching all the time. And I think that was a reality that, you know, only hit after you did it, right? Because once you start taking funds in, to grow, you will run out of them. Then you'll have to get another raise and another round. And, you know, there is always that cycle that you're on. So I would say that, you know, while we were very fortunate that actually, the first round was all angels that we did. That means they were all people who had done angel investing before. उन लोग को मालूम था, they were not new, you know. They know the risks that come with putting money into a new business that is a startup. But Shreya and I said, since we are going to people that are angel investors, that are people that we know, some of them are friends and family, we want to make sure that we actually have a good product and have some traction. So, you know, a lot of people, actually some of them are smart also, wo pehle, you know, before launch, before product, go and raise a lot of money, right? We said, no, let us do a pilot, let us have the product, let us be in the market. Said, you know, let us make sure we have some traction before we go out. So we actually did a soft launch and waited for 6 months to see how the reaction was. And then we went out to investors to say, hey, say we have a product and we have this reaction and we are in these stores. So that made it quite easy to be able to. So actually, we got a lot of good interest in the beginning. I think now in retrospect, had we known how lucky we were, at that time we told people no, which was kind of crazy now to think about, right? And I wish I had taken all the money that was offered to us, 2-3 years ago. So I think you live and you learn. First time entrepreneur is also very different from second time entrepreneur. Which I think anyone will tell you once they've run a business, whatever business it may be, right? But once you've run your own small business, you learn so much that when you say, if I ever do this again, right, I wouldn't make these mistakes. Of course, there'll be new mistakes to make. So, but I was saying, as a first time entrepreneur, you don't realize these things that, you're going to be pitching all the time, that you will run out of money and you'll have to go and pitch again. So, these investors, some of them said no, and a lot of them were friends and family who said, hey, we trust you guys no matter what. And we know, jo bhi hota hai, we know the risks that come with putting it into an early startup. So I was very grateful that we had these very strong angels who were willing to invest in us, who continued, they check in every few months to make sure how we're doing, but they don't put any sort of, try to control us at all. So I think there was a lot of trust that what we are doing, we're doing to make sure whatever jo bhi hoega, at least we're putting 100% into the company to make sure that we can grow it. And they really trusted us. So very grateful. And then, having those investors like, for example, Nisa Godrej or Siddharth Parekh or, those kind of people also helped give us credibility when we went to the next round of people to ask, to raise money. So that was also quite, that's when I talk about network now. And it's very important to be able to have good, strong connections and then be able to reach out to people and have trust. Right? And that takes time, right? That you've developed that over your career. You have a reputation, right? And so reputation and trust is also very important.
Okay, so you had the network and
Yeah.
still you had to go through difficulties, challenges. So,
Absolutely.
what kept you going through all of this?
And I have to say there's some very difficult times, right? And then there's some great times. So and you'll always feel that you're on a roller coaster. At least I felt that. I think I can speak for Shreya and me. We felt like, there were some amazing days where, we won these awards for the best food startup from the Food Safety, Association of India. We won these Kids Top Press Awards every year. And so getting recognized, getting rewarded for that, you'd feel so high and so happy because you're saying, acha, all my hard work, kuch to ho raha hai, people are feeling and appreciating you. And then at the same time, you'd run into problems at the factory or you couldn't get a slot for production or, someone didn't want to put you in the store. Like all of that stuff happens all the time as well. So it was constantly upar niche. I think what I do love was the fact that whenever I saw people eating it and enjoying it was something that kept us going, especially our own children. So, it's the reason we did it. Now, we are two mothers who did it because we did not find anything good. And we went for snacks and not, baby food because we felt like in India, a lot of parents are anyway at 6 and 8 months giving ghar ka khana. But then at age 1 and 2, they're suddenly giving, processed biscuits, right? With maida and sugar. So you're saying, okay, at age 1 and 2 and 3, you can still incorporate very healthy habits for kids. You don't have to give the chakli or the fried roti or, you can give healthier food. So I think seeing our kids eat them and seeing their friends eat them and enjoy them, first hand in front of you, right? Every day.
Right.
So, whenever you make a product and you see people using your product, it makes you happy and it gives you sort of the wish to continue. And I think that definitely kept us going. And then, there were so many lovely messages. So we also built our social media very carefully. So for anyone who's looking to start, right, a brand, you want to be very authentic and you also don't want to be buying followers. आजकल बहुत से लोग ऐसे करते हैं, they want to be an influencer, they want to be a blogger, they'll buy followers. And it's easy, right? Because suddenly when you have a few thousand people, you look also more serious. But it really messes with with all the data and the ratios that you can get, right? So if you have fake followers, then you don't get as much engagement, you don't get as many impressions. It's very hard to be able to tell what is authentic or not. So we very painstakingly said, we're not going to do any of this. We're going to, we'll work with real contests, real bloggers, real giveaways, make sure we can build our following through real activity. So then, we saw what was happening. Then we got all these, actual people, not bots on our page, was that they would message us all the time. So we got lovely messages, like direct messages, saying thank you so much. Or, oh my God, it's an emergency. I'm traveling and my baby can't survive without mum-mums. How do I get mum-mums in this city? So I think those are the things that keep you going, right? Those kind of messages and seeing your own children eat them in spite of all the challenges, because challenges to hai, right? You're not sleeping at night. You're never switching off. All of that stuff is there full on.
Right. And I think जो आपने ये बोला ना कि social media you have built carefully.
Yeah.
I completely agree on that because bots will not buy your product. मैं आपका social
Exact
media
much.
देखूंगी, आपके 15K 20K followers हैं, but if they are fake, what's the difference? अगर मुझे
Exactly.
आपके product पे trust है या आपको खुद अपने product पे trust है, you will not do it.
Absolutely.
Right. So, what was the most surprising part of the business for you once you started?
Most surprising part of the business. I would say, trying to think in terms of in terms of learning, the surprising was actually what you said earlier, na, that idea, investors, product development, sab ho sakta hai. Then you just expected to be able to grow and sell. And actually the surprising part was how much work you have to do to be able to grow it. And a lot of people used to tell, they actually thought कि हम लोग kitchen में बना रहे हैं, कि हम दोनों हाथ से बना रहे हैं. And I used to be like, just see what people think, that they think just because two women are making this, that we have to do it from our kitchen, that we can't do this commercially on a large scale, right? And our dream was always that we would do this on a large scale. I was not looking to build something, small from my kitchen. I wanted to take on, and we want to take on the larger food brands and really change, what is available out in the market, right? Like we are actually, I think we're India's only no added sugar brand, because sab shakkar dalte hai khana mein, right? So we're going to do no added sugar, we're doing no preservatives. These things make life quite difficult. When you're saying I'm not going to put preservatives, how do you still keep your shelf life? When you're putting no sugar, you're like, but there, you're competing against chocolate filled cereal or sugar filled cereal, right? So how do you do that? But we said we are two moms and we have to build a brand that is authentic, that can stand out in the long term also. So chalo 5% शक्कर डालेंगे तो आज 2 crore बेचेंगे. But then after that, how do you say I'm actually different to a mother, right? How am I different from any other large scale FMCG food manufacturer? So I think the surprising thing was we put these very strong brand guidelines in place and said we won't cross these brand rails. And then it was that once we got into the stores, how we had to keep selling and all the work that we had to do to make sure that people really realize who you are. Because as a small brand, it's very easy to get lost, right? On a shelf. You think you go into a store or, even now during the pandemic, now people are not even entering stores, right?
Yes.
So when you're a new brand, how do you get known? How do you get noticed? First it was, okay, you had a promoter standing there who was giving samples. So chalo, theek hai, they would try it and they'd agree to buy it, and that was great. If you can't have footfall in a store and you can't have people out on the street seeing you, how do you build that presence, which is now you have to do it online. So I think that the biggest surprise was how much work you have to do on a day-to-day basis to be able to grow. And then I think once it does, right, once the word of mouth actually happens, once moms in mom groups are talking about you independently, then you relax a little bit and you say, okay, I know there is something over here, right? Because people are actually recommending you to other people, and then you hear about people who've heard about you through their friends, and you say, okay, I know. But still, I think the surprising thing was actually you still have to do a lot of constant work. You can't just take a step back and relax and say this will grow. You do trust the universe. Of course, I'm very, spiritual like that. I do believe that you have to trust that whatever has to happen will happen. But you also have to keep working every day to make sure that the growth comes and the, visibility, because people forget. So any brand, this is like advice for anyone who's listening, right? Or when you have a business, mom is not the first thing someone who's running a house is going to remember, because it's a new brand, right? You want your bread or your eggs, but how do you actually remind the mom that she has to buy mama? That is the everyday challenge for any brand, I think, right? How do you stay top of mind? And being small brand with limited funds. If I have lots of money, I can put billboards everywhere and do TV commercials, right? And that's what we are fighting against. That is that's the competition, right? The people who can sell sugary cereal on TV and put Chhota Bheem ka sticker is my competition. Yeah.
But I believe कि अभी जो mothers हैं, they are getting very conscious about not giving processed sugar and things like that to their kids.
Absolutely. Yes, you're absolutely right. That we have seen, and that's why I'm saying, that's the magic that we've seen even over the last 3 years. And I think even now, as India is changing and people are getting more health conscious, they're going to continue seeing that. That there's a lot more, questions. We get lots of questions I was telling you on our direct social media, right? What is your packet made of? What is this powder made of? Tell me about this. How can I feed this to my child? So a lot more awareness, which is very good. Yeah.
Yes. So ये हो गई बिजनेस की बातें. अभी थोड़ा सा पर्सनल बातें करते हैं. ये आपकी स्ट्रगल्स एज अ मदर और सपोर्ट फ्रॉम फैमिली, इनके बारे में भी हम जरूर जानना चाहेंगे कि हाउ यू मैनेज इट ऑल.
Absolutely. And I know, bolte hai na, it takes a village. And it is absolutely true, it takes a village. And I am very, very fortunate and blessed to have a village. But, because, I could not do this. There is not a chance. I told you I had both my children when I was working, with Godrej, right? And the only reason I could, travel and be a senior person, in a large corporate organization was because I lived next door to my mother. And, it was very important. I live next door to my parents. I have brothers who have children the same age. So it's like, मैं जो करती हूँ कि मेरे घर, मम्मी के घर में, it's a nursery school. But it's like that, right? Especially when they were young. Of course, you have the Didis who can help, and I'm very grateful for the help that we have like that. But you need someone, it would be nice to have some oversight so that your, dimag thanda hota hai, that you don't have to worry about this, shanti se. So, it was from the time I've worked, and I've always worked, right from business school, as well as through having two children, I haven't taken more than the 6 months off for maternity leave because I do love working and I'm ambitious and I wanted to have a career, right?
Yes.
But to do all of that, and I know there's so many women out there, such much Maitri, I have so many friends who are as ambitious, as, talented, want to do things, but they didn't have the setup. Right? Because either they lived in a nuclear family, so then you're like, okay, do I leave my child alone with a maid or not? Like, those are very real things for which I have a lot of empathy for. I was telling you, I did that diversity and inclusion initiative at
Yes.
Godrej, and it was so important because we discussed all these things, that there's a lot of very smart women, very high achieving women who once they get married or have a kid, leave the corporate ladder. And luckily I didn't have to do that because I had this parental setup as well as, the extended family of the mamus and mamis taking care of my children. So, and, we did that for each other. And for example, Shreya, she's a nuclear family. She doesn't have, her parents over here, but like I adopted her child also, right? So her kid would also come over to my mom's house, right? So it really helped us be a family of supporting each other. I think it's really important if you're running your own business or if you're in corporate to be able to have, either friends who become family or someone who can provide a supervisory role as well, because it definitely takes a village and you can't do this alone.
Yes, and I
Yeah.
think you were very privileged to have such a setup because बहुत सारी women
Yeah.
के पास से privilege नहीं होता, लोग बोल देते हैं कि
Absolutely.
you want to leave your kid at a daycare, how can you do this? अगर वो घर पे
Absolutely.
रहती है तो they will say कि तुमने job ही छोड़ दी, तुम कुछ कर ही नहीं रही हो, right?
Absolutely. And I always say that to people. I said, it is so dependent on your individual situation and circumstance, right? So while सब पढ़े लिखे हैं, सब have, achieved stuff in their jobs, but then how do you go to the next level when you have your children? It's not an easy answer. It's a complicated, complex answer. But I think you have to be very mindful when you're planning your life. So like I told you, once I got pregnant and we were living in London, I knew that there's no way I could do that being away from my family. So we made a pretty big decision to come and live, in India next door to my family, right? But it was a very mindful, planned, calculated decision. So I always tell young women, and that's a lot of advice to people who are, either getting married or having children, that think about where you want to be and whether you'll get that support wherever you are. Because if you're going to go to a town where you don't have that support, it might mean that for now there is a slight setback to your career. And just I think if you're mindful and aware of those choices, to theek ho jata hai. It's when you suddenly find yourself in the situation saying, oh shit, now what? That's the tough part.
Yes, so I was just going to ask you
Yeah.
advice for moms who want to start a business.
Yeah.
जैसे जो हमारी passion होती है उसके लिए needle को forward move करते रहना.
हाँ,
When
हाँ.
life and distractions, pull you away. जो भी आपका biggest goal है, they just pull you away from that. So
Yeah.
you kind of started this, but maybe you have a bigger message for moms like that.
Absolutely. And one of the worst things in life is regret, na? Like you don't want to regret anything, right? And that's what, even when I was starting this and we were so obviously nervous and worried, Shreya and I were saying, ये category तो ये नहीं है, right? Healthy snacks for children does not exist. आज भी नहीं है. If you go to any shop, they don't know, they say कहाँ डालू ना? Candy में डालू? नहीं. If you put it in healthy snacks, those are for adults. So, the category नहीं है, like what are we doing? And so you have those kind of questions. But I think we didn't want regret. That was really important. So, my biggest advice would be if there is something that you are truly passionate about and you really have been dreaming about it, then do it no matter what. Because, and I know people say that, I don't want to do a cliche. I don't like cliches. But I really believe if you are feeling that dream in your heart and that passion in your heart, you will find a way and you will get the support that is required. It is amazing how people fall behind your plan once you actually decide I really want to do it, and I think giving a personal example is always helpful, but I remember I told you I was worried and I was getting off this corporate ladder and, my husband and I were like, how are we going to pay for children's schools? And we were trying to buy a flat and all of that, in the middle of saying I'm going to quit my career and, not earn money, right, for the next few years. But I did it and I took that plunge and things worked out, right? In whatever way the things worked out, because ultimately, I didn't want to look back and say, I actually really regret not having done it. What I didn't want to be was to reach, an older age and look back at my life and say, I didn't try to do that. So my advice to people would be, if you really are truly passionate about it, be more scared of regret than to be scared of failure.
Right.
Yeah. And, just do it.
Yes. So I believe कि cliches are cliches because they are true.
Absolutely.
इतने पहले से अगर लोग बोलते आ रहे हैं, obviously
हाँ.
जब we say those words, they sound कि यार ये तो वही चीज आ गई बार बार वही
I
चीज
know.
सुनते रहते हैं, but that's true.
Yes.
That's why they are cliches.
Absolutely, but people say follow your dreams. I'm going to slap it. like, what do you mean follow my dream? But I'm just saying, if you really feel it in your heart, the other stuff will happen.
Yes, right. So Farah, which is
Yeah.
your favorite book?
Oh, my favorite book. Oh, this is a good question. Okay, so there's this amazing book. So I'm usually a fiction reader, and I've actually through lockdown have been reading quite a lot. But I've ended up reading a little bit of non-fiction recently. There's one book called Educated by Tara Westover. And it is an amazing book. It's a true story of a lady who has grown up in rural, like really rural, conservative America with, family that didn't believe in education, and how she taught herself, and now she is a award-winning author. And I think a professor as well, and she ends up going to Harvard. But it is a very inspiring story, Educated. So I think it was my favorite book last year when I read it. So yeah, that's really good.
Okay, so I will be adding it to my reading list.
Yes.
Okay, and Farah, is there a woman you admire the most?
Oh, a woman that I admire. There's many women I admire the most. Right. There is the Supreme Court Justice who just passed away, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She was just fantastic. I don't know if you've seen her movies, the movie RBG, right? One of the longest serving Supreme Court judges in the US, and also first female Supreme Court judge. And she really brought equality into the workplace. And while this may be in America, the laws that she helped put in place for non-discrimination against gender in the workplace is worldwide. Like, it had an impact worldwide. So I think, and for equality in the workplace, right, for whether it's maternity leave or paternity leave or promotions, all of that was a lot of work that she did in the 60s and 70s. So as a Supreme Court lawyer, female lawyer, I'm very impressed by her. So yeah, that's one of them. I think one of the others would be my friend Nisa Godrej. I worked with her and for her. I also went to business school with her. But she is someone who I have seen just grow. She's our age, right? But I've seen her grow into a female corporate leader with a lot of empathy and a lot of grace and calm. So I think, when I look to see an Indian corporate leader that I would like to learn from, I think just seeing how she handles difficult situations with a lot of calmness is really amazing. So that's closer to home.
Yes. And Farah, what is the one life lesson you have learned which you would like to share with others?
One life lesson. So I think this pandemic has been, both very important, right? Life-changing, actually. I think for most people, right?
Yes.
In a good way and a bad way, right? It was really, really life-changing. I think for me, it became, and once again, cliche, Maitri? I didn't want it to be a cliche. But I think really taking a step back and looking at what was important in your life, and whether you were listening to who you were, like what you really were inside, versus the outside voices that you had been conditioned to. So I think the life lesson was that I realized that the social conditioning that happens over decades ends up becoming the voice in your head. And so you can actually be so careful to say, is that my voice, or is that the voice that I've been told I need to be? And I think that only came out of the quietness of the last pandemic, right? So before this, you're just running. We're running on a treadmill, and we're yahan se wahan jana hai, I have to grow this, I have to do this. And of course, like, you have a 3-year-old, if you have a job and a kid and a life, you're going crazy. But I think this has really helped me be very crystal clear a little bit more in terms of what is important in life, and that is making sure that the voice in your head is your own voice and following that. And I think that wisdom only comes when you have time to be quiet. Yes. When you have time to sit still and be quiet and reduce all that noise and the running around. So I think that's a long answer to your question, but I think the importance of slowing down and listening to the inner voice and being able to differentiate between the outer social voice and your inner voice was really important.
Yes, actually I'm really passionate about what you just said, क्योंकि बचपन से हम लोग बहुत सारी चीजें सुनते रहते हैं, especially if we are women. तो वही चीज ना हमारा थॉट बन जाती है कि yes, we have to live this way, we have to do certain things that way. और जब तक we cannot differentiate कि who we are and who we are forced to be, who we want to be, इतनी सारी जो भी thought process होते हैं, इनको जब तक हम differentiate नहीं करते, we cannot come out of our own limiting beliefs, जो भी है.
Absolutely. And I think it takes years of deconstructing that limiting belief. Afterwards you're like, how did I even put that voice in my head? Who told me to put that voice? For example, the need to be perfect, right? Yes. Or the need to be achieving. Like, all of that stuff comes from before when we're 7, right? All these ideas go into our heads. And really sitting back, I think, takes a long time to reflect.
Yes, and that is a wonderful way to end our conversation, because चाहे कोई woman अपना business start करना चाहते हो, या फिर maybe she wants to be a stay-at-home mom.
Exactly.
But ये जो अभी फारा ने बोला, जो हमने अभी discuss किया, it is very important, जो भी आपकी life की situation है.
I fully agree with you, that ये बहुत important lesson है that if you want to be and you feel passionate, I want to be at home with my children, then please feel free and happy about that, right? That is when you can feel happiness in your choices because they were your choices and not some expectation. Bahar external expectation nahi tha. It was your internal voice, then that I think gives you freedom.
Yes.
So I hope everybody finds freedom.
Me too.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Farah.
No,
And
lovely. Yeah.
tell us a little about how can people connect with you or your brand online.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Please follow us at themamamco.com. We're actually The Mamamco on Instagram and Facebook, and mamamco.com. I would, there's loads of information of what we do and our healthy snacks for children and why we don't put any sugar and preservatives and color in our food, and why Shreya and I were so passionate about starting it. And we love the support that we get from parents, actually fathers also. बहुत support करते हैं, daddies and mummies. So, please do look us up online, follow us, support us. If you have mommy groups that are looking for good, healthy snacks, please feel free and send us a message. Like I check all our Instagram inboxes as well, along with our managers. So, happy to be, reaching out to anyone.
Wow. So obviously you are talking to a brand, but you are also talking to a person behind the
100%,
brand. If you are
absolutely.
sending a message to Mamamco,
Yes.
So feel free to follow them and do try their multiple products because, as I said, my daughter loves them, and even I sometimes enjoy them.
Yay!
So it was wonderful talking
Thank
to you.
you.
Thank you so much for your time and for sharing a lot of your life with us. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Take care. Bye.
सो दूसरे लोगों के थॉट्स को अपना थॉट मत बनने दीजिए, फिर उन थॉट्स को अपने आप को स्टॉप भी मत करने दीजिए. अपने लिमिटिंग बिलीफ से बाहर आइए एंड यू विल रियलाइज कि आप जो करना चाहते हैं आप वो कर सकते हैं. आई एम श्योर कि आज के एपिसोड से आपको कुछ नया सीखने को मिला, थोड़ी इंस्पिरेशन मिली. तो अगर आपको अच्छा लगा, वैल्यूएबल लगा, तो डू शेयर इट विद योर फ्रेंड्स एंड फैमिली. And on social media, you can tag us on Instagram and Facebook at Little Fixes Podcast. Thank you for giving us your time today. And now we will meet next Wednesday with something really interesting. As always, तब तक के लिए लाइफ में मजे करो और सदा सैसी रहो. Bye.